Sentinel, which you had in the tutor as well, so turn that on, and then we can go through these. So we're going to turn on COM 1. The top two are UHF, VHF. The bottom one is actually a FM radio, which we don't use, so we'll just leave it off. Have a play with these. They're obviously a unique radio system, so it's worth having a play with them to make sure you understand how they all work and how you can select different radios by scrolling through this thing, and then you can use these ones to change the frequencies itself. That's probably as far as you need to go, other than on the right hand side. So there's the on-off switches and squelch. On the right hand side you can select guard on or off by selecting that one down and back on. Okay. Keep coming down then, IFF. It's worth having a play. If you go to flight ID, we always set up the instructor's call sign in there, so it will say something along the lines of SYS 041 for me, and it's so that air traffic control know who is in each aircraft. So the eye in the sky is always knows who's to blame. Then we go to set. The squawks you'll learn when you're here, but 7421 probably if you're going in and out of the gate, and that's it. Come across, check that's all good, and then coming down. And the last thing you're going to do is get rid of these captions, so you're going to put the pitot heat and the horn on. Okay?
Yep.
So if you want to run through the rest of that.
Vent run, note cool engine or clear fuel after aborted start.
There's no point in learning that yet. You haven't had the aborted start.
Okay, so not the vent run. Now it's functional checks.
Okay.
Flying control, cyclic, check rotor disc response to small cyclic movements.
Okay, so before we go through all these, there's another acronym to learn which is quite handy. Charta, C-H-A-R-T-A, and that will cover all of the things in there. Okay, so controls is the first one. Okay, so you've got the cyclic. Obviously, we always keep our hands on the cyclic at all times. The collective is latched down. So if you want to take your right hand off, put your left hand on it and do anything you want with the things, and then switch it back over. Never take your hands off both of them, otherwise you'll get slapped. Okay, so control movements. We've got the cyclic, we're going to move it forwards, backwards, left and right. Only displace it a couple of inches and have a look to make sure that the disc is doing what you're expecting it to do. Okay, if you move it too much, obviously we've got a fixed disc in this aircraft, you can potentially damage it. Okay, next one.
Yep, it's trim system, check operation of cyclic trim release, beeper trim and trim rel.
Okay, good. So you've done the movement forward, back, left and right. We're now going to check the trim system. So we can press the trim button in. On the thumb there, again, move it forward, backwards, left and right, having a look at the disc. By pressing that in, you've removed those springs from the stick effectively, so it should feel a little bit more smooth when you're doing it. Again, you're going to use the cocked hat, which is the beeper trim, and it's the bottom one on here. Hold it forwards, you'll feel the disc start to move and the stick move forwards. Stop there, move it back, again it went back, left and right. If you want to reset it quickly, once you've moved it, just press the trim release, put it back in the middle and let go. And then the last one you're going to check is the trim release, which is down here, which is the same as this button but permanent. So hold that in and the stick should feel sloppy effectively. Again, forwards, backwards, left and right, and then put it back in again. Don't let go of the stick, especially if that's in, because the stick will just fall over, as will the aircraft. Next.
Hydraulic system, collective lever, check latch down.
Okay, so check you've got it latched down. Yep.
Okay, hydraulics test, on horn, hydraulics caption on.
Okay, good. In this case, because there's going to be two of us in the aircraft, you always get the other person to guard their lever, just in case this very expensive latch doesn't work. Otherwise we'll leap into the air. So, okay, so if you'd like to guard your lever, I'm going to test the hydraulics. This is the hydraulic test button, so 3, 2, 1, test the hydraulics. Cancel that, cancel the horn. Okay, and now we're going to check the hydraulic test. So with the trim button in, forwards, 1, 2, 3, and then sideways, 1, 2, 3. What you're doing there is you're checking the accumulator pressure, making sure that it's working for you in the event you lost hydraulics. And that should cover you for all those manoeuvres. And then we're going to put it back in again. So we're going to deselect the hydraulic test. It should come back in, the hide caption should disappear, and then obviously you want to get rid of that caption as well, so we can press the horn back in again. Next.
So it's horn off, yaw pedals, forces felt, check movement.
Yeah, so when you're doing that, forwards and left, also you're going to have your feet on the pedals, they'll be stiff because you lose hydraulic pressure in the pedals straight away.
Cyclic, move cyclic plus or minus 2.5 centimeters, 3 cycles fore and aft and 3 cycles laterally.
Yep.
Confirm absence of load. Hydraulic test off, hydraulic caption clears after 3 seconds. horn on, hydraulic isolate switch off.
Okay, so stop there. So that's the second part of it. We've tested the hydraulic test. We're now going to check the hydraulic isolate, which is that switch down here. Again, make sure they're guarding the lever and then been distracted. So I'm going to check the hydraulic isolate now. So if you guard your lever, we're going to select that. The horn doesn't come on, but we get the master caution. So in this case, you've obviously got your hand on the controls. The aircraft will clunk because it's now lost hydraulics. Don't take your hand off the collective or the cyclic until the aircraft's clunked. For obvious reasons, that's the most likely time for it to leap into the air or do anything funny. So once it's gone clunk, take your hand off, cancel that master caution, and then carry on with the checks. And in this case, what we're going to do, select that trim release in again, and we're just checking, it'll all be stiff, but we're checking we've got authority over the stick and the disc moves accordingly, as do the pedals slightly as well. Okay. The reason we put the trim release in is, if you think back to ground school, there's a shear pin in there, so if you were to push it hard enough, potentially you could break that shear pin, so we put the trim release button in.
Okay, so that was hydraulic isolate switch off, hydraulic caption on, check control cyclic in your pedals, hydraulic isolate switch on, hydraulic caption clears, 3 seconds, horn sounds until caption clears.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, it's cleared. Next.
Autopilot pitch, engage, light on.
Okay, so there's the autopilot tool down here. I'm going to put the pitch on, the light comes on, and I'm now going to test it. And the way we test it is with that trim test up here, and lift it up. In the aircraft, it's the other way around, I think. So you hold it down the wing, but you get the point. Hold it in within 7 seconds-ish, that trim caption will come on and the stick will start to move. It doesn't move in here, obviously. When it's moving, have a check, make sure the disc moves correctly, and as soon as it starts to move, happy, you can release it.
So it moves aft, AP pitch, disengage, light off.
Yep. So now we can select the pitch off, and now we're going to select the roll on for the next one, and repeat the process. So it rolls in, hold that up, 7 seconds. Light comes on, and the stick will move to the left in this case. Release, and then carry on with the cars.
Autopilot pitch and roll, engage.
Yeah, so put both of them in at the same time.
Beeper trim, operate in each direction, check galvo deflection and cyclic movement.
Okay, so we're now checking that the AP works with the beeper trim. So again, with that cocked hat down here, hold it forwards. You'll see that the galvo moves forwards, and then the stick will start to motor as well. So we're going to check every axis on that. We're going to move it backwards. It does take a while to react. If it doesn't react, just press the trim release button and then try the next one. Left and right as well. Okay. Next.
Alt and airspeed, check engagement and disengagement.
Okay, so alt and airspeed, they're mutually exclusive, if you want a posh word. So if you press that one should cancel and back.
Okay. Heading selector, engage, check get galvo deflection and cyclic movement. Rotate heading bug for opposite turn and recheck.
Okay, so before you do this, on the HSI you've got your wind bug, the little orange one, selected to the 12 o'clock. Press your heading selector, move it left 10 to 15 degrees, and eventually the galvo will move left and the stick will move left. Then select it to the right, again the galvo will move right and the stick will move right, so the heading selector working.
Cyclic autopilot, disengage, check operation, autopilot flashes.
Okay, so to disengage the autopilot we've got a button down here, so if I select that, it'll disengage the autopilot and we'll get the AP caption up here. Obviously we've got it on both sides, so you now say, "Sir, would you like to check your autopilot?" And you'll say, "Yes, please, I have control." He'd put the autopilot in and he'd select it, deselect it. Well done.
Okay, functional checks continue. Radar, check operation of test button, low light repeaters, audio changeover and audio cancel as applicable to aircraft mark.
Okay, so the radar then. Up here we've got the, whether it's yours that's going to set off the noise or mine, so for this test I'll put it to me. The radar's down here in the bottom right hand corner. What we're going to do is wind the bug to 25 feet in an HT1. If it's in an HT2, which we've only got very few of, it's slightly different, but just talk to your instructor about it. So for you, just remember, set 25 feet, the radar will go off, then we're going to press the test button, which is down here in the bottom left hand corner. When you press test, the actual height marker will move to 50 feet. As it goes past 25, the radar will stop going off. Okay, that's testing it's working. Release it, it'll go back through, obviously simulating that you've gone through your height, the alarm will go off. We're going to cancel it up here, which is a light. We're going to cancel the decision height button here, and then we're done. And we can go across to you, and you can test your side.
Okay. Cargo hook, check operation of releases and warning lights prior to carriage of external loads.
We're not doing that.
Hoist, check operation prior to use.
Not doing that.
Flotation gear, check before departure of
Bloody
water
hope
flights.
not doing that, right? Yeah.
Idle check, throttle, idle, horn audio at 360 plus or minus 5 NR.
Okay, so before we do this, we're going to have a good look around, make sure there's no one taxiing past, because you don't want to go down to idle while someone taxis right next to us. So we check all round, and then we're going to bring it down to idle. So remember, thumb down, throttle down. If any of you are motorbike enthusiasts, it's the wrong way round. So thumb down, throttle down, all the way down to idle. At 365, the horn will go off. You can cancel that. And you'll see it continues to stabilise. You'll see in the cards it says check that it stabilises at 67 to 72% NG. As you can see on here, 70, and then obviously the small gauge is the smaller number, so that's 68, which is where the limits.
Yeah. Throttle to flight.
Okay, so we're going to open up the throttle again. Same rules apply. Nice and gently open it whilst looking at the torque gauge. You want to be aiming for about 30%, no more than 35. That's the seapitism. That'll come back through, and then when it gets to the green range, the horn should come back on at 365. Gets to the green range, you'll see the torque drops, and then you can continue to open the throttle into the flight, and it will click into flight. And you can get rid of the horn capture. Carry on.
Horn on, ebb leads, operate heater, and demist for 2 seconds to exercise valves and clear debris from pipes.
Okay, so we did the horn bit. Make sure you've got a visor down when you check these, because all it does is blow air out of the front of here, and in summer when you're flying it'll be full of grass and crap as well, so you can't blow grass in your eyes. So check those both on for a couple of seconds and then both off again. ATIS.